Hi, I'm Amanda and welcome to my garden. Here we are in November and it's storm season's coming and my climbing rose called Golden Showers needs to be propped up because if it's left like this, these canes will whip back and forth and it will actually lift up the plant from the soil with the rocking, constant rocking back and forth. That's called wind rock. So what I need to do is I need to protect this plant from wind rock by tying it to its support, which is this arbor. So I'll also be doing a little bit of pruning while we're here. I've got some canes in the middle that are crossing, but other than that, it's fine. Nothing serious. It's all healthy, nice green leaves. And I know some people like to remove the leaves in the fall, even if they're green, but I don't do that. If they're green and healthy, I leave them on because it gives them food for next year, right? Okay, so as you can see in this rose plant, it's got some spindly canes, some good canes, and they've got this one here that's going right across the center. So that needs to be removed at its base, right there. Let's get rid of this guy. And then also, I'm looking at this one, and it's flowered this year, so that's good. However, I've got a really nice, strong, straight cane here beside it, which I think I'd rather train up the arbor rather than this one. So this one's also coming out. I'm not going to take too much off. Also, this has a little bit of damage there. See, that's a little bit of damage. So yeah, that should come off. I got one more that comes up, needs to come off. This guy here. For one thing, it's blind. They call that blind because it has no bud on it. So it's not going to produce a flower. And plus, it's facing away from the arbor, and I already have enough canes. If I let this go, it's going to go straight over the path. So out it goes, cutting it off at the base. All right. So what I've left now is I have to decide whether to, which branches I need to secure. Obviously, I think this one needs to be done, so because it's rather obnoxious. But if I lean it towards the arbor, all right, that looks tickety-boo. But I've got this thing here in the way. It's kind of stopping it, this branch here. I'll take the leaves off so you can see. So, and it's coming this way, which I guess would be all right, I suppose, in the summer. But I don't want that now. And yes, it has a rosebud on, but c'est la vie. All right, I'll take that off. Okay, so now I'm going to attach this firmly to the arbor. I've got nothing in the way, so it's like flat against it. And I'm going to tie it in a couple of places. This seems to be the bendy point here, so I'll take the strain off the cane here. And I do a figure eight. And if you can see, it's just a figure eight. And that helps the branch move slightly when there's wind. Now, if you tie it straight towards the, like, tightly against the support, that means that when the wind blows, it could break because it has no leeway to go. So here, I'll do another one here, just to make sure it's all secure. And then hopefully this will live through the winter. I know a lot of roses didn't make it last winter because it was such a bad winter, but this one hopefully will be okay. And especially since I'm tied it now, so now it won't be rocking around and also attacking people as they walk by. All right, so let's see what else have we got here. All right, shall we? Okay, now this here, this is another one. Now I was tempted to take this off, but I thought, I could actually put it here. So I think I'm going to put that here because I don't want to take too much off. It's a climbing rose, and one thing we now know is don't cut your roses too far back in the fall, just in case we have a really, really bad winter. And then, you know, if you've cut all this extra growth off, they really don't have much protection over the freezing and the thawing of the season, and also from snow and freezing temperatures. You don't want to, again, be too tight. And if you can do a bow, because if you need to take them off or tighten it, you can. Again, figure 8. There. A little squish, but it will learn the right way. All right, next on the agenda is this crazy shoot here. Now, trying to attach that to the arbor, that's not going to work. So I have to take it off. And so I've already got some growth on here. Do I want a big bushy thing here? Because if I leave this, this is going to grow into a nice rose next year. And this one too, just taking off the blind buds. And then I think maybe what I'll do is just take this off, because I don't need a long thing like that. And it will rip around for sure. So off it comes. All right. So the next thing we want to do is, this is leftover straw from last year. But now, since we had so many dead roses last year from Winterkill, I now am going to put cover the crown, and the crown is where the roots and the stem meet, right? This is the crown. So this is the most vulnerable part. Now this rose wasn't grafted, but many roses are, especially hybrid teas, but this one isn't. And if it was grafted, it'd have a big bulge here, and you've got to cover that, and you've got to cover the crown. So anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cover this crown with some soil. Now you can cover it with soil, or you can cover it with leaves. Now if you're going to use soil, you have to get soil from somewhere else from the garden. You can't use the soil around the plant, because that defeats the purpose of keeping it warm, all right? So I'm just going to get a bucket and put some soil over top, okay? Now I've got my bucket of soil. It's from another part of the vegetable garden. And I'm just going to pile it on. It's going to seem quite primitive. And it is primitive. But this is just old school way of keeping roses happy and warm, so the temperature doesn't fluctuate too much in the soil. Now another thing would be the leaves too. So the leaves, thank you. You could put these on top as well. These are fall leaves. And you can put this on as well, or just use the fall leaves. But make sure that it's thick. A lot of people have problems with putting fall leaves down as a winter mulch because they blow away. But the reason why they blow away is because they're only putting a little bit of fall leaves on. But if you put lots of fall leaves on, they tend to stay in one place because they kind of like coalesce together. And so there you go. This baby's all ready for the winter. Okay? Right. So anyway, if you want to see more gardening videos, please check out my channel, Amanda's Garden. And then also, please take a look at my garden website, the garden website. It's got lots of information in there for all your gardening needs. All right? Thank you. Bye-bye.